Ladies and gentlemen, we are ready for this quad wheelchair men's doubles final. Please welcome from Great Britain, Andy Lapthorne, and from the USA, David Wagner. And their opponents this afternoon, from Australia, the pairing of Heath Davidson and Dylan Alcott.
We have four of the most famous faces in their particular field of endeavour fighting it out in the quad wheelchair doubles final in Melbourne at the Australian Open of 2019. Andy Lapthorne of Great Britain, David Wagner of the United States, one of the veterans of the sport, one of the most decorated athletes in the sport. And speaking of that, Dylan Alcott doesn't fall far behind him and his very successful partner in Heath Davidson, the man with his back to the camera at the moment. The Australians.
No, both of you are late for the coin toss. I need to report this after the match. It's okay. So we're gonna play 2 tiebreak sets using no edge scoring and 10 points match tiebreak at 1-0. Questions? No, we have electronic line call in Discord. If you wanna challenge, please make it very clear, right? So this is hot lever, A and Z. Hot lever, A and Z, please. Hot lever. Hot lever. Good match.
Nice touch between them, and you were talking about Dylan's intensity. That's one thing that's on display. He goes from Captain Nice Guy to Mr. Intense as soon as the chair umpire says play.
Very competitive, and all of these gentlemen are. You don't get to be at the top of the tree in any form of life or sport without being very competitive. And certainly these 4 gentlemen have seen each other across the net on many occasions, and we're going to look forward to this.
40 degrees outside. Thankfully, the roof is closed. They've had to close the roof in the middle of the day simply because of the temperature. And it has been a very hot day, and it may even get hotter here in Melbourne tomorrow. So the heat rule is in and the roof is closed, which is good for both the athletes and also for the spectators. Let's have a look at the combination of Andy Lapthorne and David Wagner.
Andy Lapthorne, here from Great Britain. He's 28 years of age, plays left-handed, born in Middlesex, lives in Eastcote in Middlesex. Loves his soccer, or football if you call it in Europe, and joined a disabled football team at the age of 8, and also tried wheelchair basketball before being recognised by the Tennis Federation, and took up tennis from that point on. Singles rank is 3, he's been high as 2, that was in 2010, and he's won the US Open in 2014, Paralympic silver medal 2016. Doubles, he's been highest rank of #1, currently ranked 3rd, and won the Australian Open in doubles on many occasions, 2011, 12, 14, 15 and 17, etc. So a wonderful player, Andy Lapthorne, just 28 years of age. David Wagner, his partner, well, he's a little more mature of years. He's age 44, lives in Chula Vista, California. Career titles 154, can you believe it? His highest ranked #1, currently #2 in the world in singles. US Open winner 2010, 11 and 17 in singles. In doubles, his current ranking is 1. He's won Grand Slam doubles at the Australian Open innumerable times, Wimbledon, US Open, etc., etc. And as we mentioned at the outset, you see the hand strapped onto the racket because he only has 30% function in his hands. So another reason to just give great credit and kudos to these gentlemen on court today.
And so at the other end, the Australian combination, a very well-known combination to most of the people who've followed this event at the Australian Open in recent years, and they know each other very well. They've combined with great success before. Dylan Alcott at 28 years of age. He was the youngest Australian basketball gold medalist ever when he won in Beijing. Also took the silver medal in London for the Australian Rollers, the men's wheelchair basketball team. He returned to wheelchair tennis in 2014 in a bid to compete in Rio at the Paralympic Games, and he did that with great distinction. Gold medalist in the quad singles and the quad doubles. He was the 2016 Australian Paralympian of the Year. He's been #1 3 of the past 4 years in singles, top 3 every one of the past 6 years. 29 singles titles, 19 doubles titles. And he says the biggest thing is that for every one thing you can't do, there are 10,000 others you can. His partner, Heath Davidson, at 31 years of age, teamed with Dylan to win the men's quad doubles gold medal at Rio in 2016. They defeated David Wagner and Nick Taylor in the final. He also played in the singles there and lost to Lapthorne in the quarterfinals. So there was an involvement for all 4 men in Rio at the Paralympics. His highest singles rank is 4. He won the quad doubles at the Australian Open last year with Dylan. He contracted transverse myelitis at the age of 5 months and has spent most of his life in the wheelchair. He started playing wheelchair tennis age 14, actually retired from the sport after 10 years, and then he returned in 2016 to win the World
Ladies and
Team
gentlemen,
Cup
the match
in
consists
Tokyo.
in 2 tiebreak sets using no edge scoring and 10 points match tiebreak at 1-0.
Taisa Soares da Costa of Brazil is the chair umpire.